Good appropriate time of the day to you. Friends and enemies, I am Richard, and this whole thing around us, why that is, well, it would be LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer no vowels, but instead what it is me saying, no, it's not that. I I cannot be fucked with Bloodlines 2 anymore. I was going to play through and have a look at the end night and see how the Malkavian Fabian thing did, and then do some more after that and see how it goes. But I've been thinking about it overnight, and I really do not want to bother with that. This seems like a fine double A game, but it doesn't seem like an an RPG double A game. It doesn't seem like a Bloodlines double A game. It doesn't seem like a it doesn't seem like a good successor to what came before, obviously, as it's not a Bloodlines game. And the fact that they've marketed it as such most of the time, even while saying, yeah, it's not going to have that sort of connection to it. I mean, it just annoys me, and for the price it is, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It just isn't. So, yeah, I can't be bothered to do another stream of it, and I don't want to. And I got nothing to replace it right now. So we're not going to do a stream today. Not at this time, anyway. I do plan on trying to do a stream at 10 o'clock my time, which is in about 14 hours from now, from when I would usually kick off, which we'll be looking at Outer Worlds 2, because that will be coming out in 8 hours. No, 10 hours my time. And then we'll look at it before I do the Steam Still Murder stream. But yeah, this one I just cannot be fucked to look at Bloodlines 2 anymore. Everything about it is just that little bit off, which is is so annoying that I don't want to pick it up again. I just don't. Can't even make me swivel before I go. I turned all of that off. So specifically, so you could not. Ha 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 ha. Because yeah, that's it. This is it. I'm done with the stream really now. Um, Bloodlines is done. If if it gets a huge, massive discount, like, and is down to less than a tenner or something, then perhaps I will pick it up. And then it would have to be less than a tenner for like the premium edition, not the standard edition. If there, where it comes with all of the DLC as well. If that happens, then maybe I will look at it again. Maybe. But yeah, no. This doesn't. This isn't it, unfortunately. So yeah. I'm not. I don't feel disappointed and disheartened by it. I just feel nothing for it. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed when the other vampire game came out all that time ago. The one by the Arcane Studios, which I've forgotten the name of, which I'm desperately Redfall. There we go. That was the name of it. I was disappointed by that, but this one, I just nothing it. It's a better game than Redfall was, but it's just not something that I want. So, meh. And I can't even say it's because of bugs or anything, because it's not. It's just not good. I thought about it last night and how I wanted to get to grips with the combat because I figured maybe I could get better at that. It bugged me. Yeah, it did. Yeah, maybe I could get to grips with the combat because I didn't really click with that right at the beginning. I found, I think the combat wants you to go in knowing or having all of your abilities and knowing how to use them all. And it might be on my fault for trying like the Sombra first, who were marked as hard, but I didn't feel I could go into the combat with all of them ready because it takes you have to feed a lot in order to gain the blood pips back in order to use it. And I didn't feel I could do that before I got to a combat. There were two combats in the Prince's Tower, and I felt I could go into the first one with all my abilities by having, circled around the outside of the city, or not the outside, circled around outside in the city and found people to feed on, so that I could get those sanguine blood points and recharge my abilities. But after I had used my abilities in that first fight, when I went into the second fight, I didn't have anything prepped because I'd used them in the first fight. And I think you're meant to use them in your fights because the punches and hits don't really feel that impactful. I think you're meant to stun people, etc., and then go over there and deal with them. And I don't think you could do that in the second fight because I couldn't find a way to do it in the first fight. But I thought to myself, okay, I'm not clicking with the combat quite. Perhaps I just need to go somewhere in the city and do a lot of combat and just practice and practice and practice. But I couldn't do that because there aren't any saves. There's only the autosave. And I could have booted up the game and done that, and then we could have not come back to the same point in the game. Because once I got into a combat, the game would have autosaved at that point, or would have autosaved after I had done the combat or something. And I thought, no, I just can't be fucked with it. If I have to do that much work to try and get to a point where I am feeling good about the combat, and that I have to work around their crappy save system at the same time, I just don't want to. I just don't want to. It just isn't worth the effort that I had to put in for it. So, that's it. That's it. Bye-bye Bloodlines 2 for now. As I say, massive discount. Maybe we'll look at it again. But as it stands, nope. I'll get a refund. I'll get a refund for, 70-something quid. Tries to look up how much it cost. Because I did buy the big edition. Yeah. The premium edition is $74.99. So there we go, in English pounds. $74.99. That is, yeah, definitely not worth it for that. So yeah, I'll get a refund for that. And will it be gold credit or will it be just straight back into my wallet, into my bank account? I have no idea. Because there's still a load of things on GOG which are worth getting. But yeah, I am glad I got the 30-day guarantee because I do not know whether I made this assessment after 2 hours because I was just pissing around and only just out of the building. But yeah, I don't think it would have been better if I had been rushing to try and get the thing to do all of the stuff that I wanted to do in the 2 hours that would have had on Steam. So yeah. Huzzahs for GOG and their more lenient return policy. Huzzahs for them. So, here we go. Now I'm going to have to uninstall the game and then try and find out where it installed the Paradox launcher, because even though it booted up via the GOG Galaxy launcher, it also then installed the Paradox launcher. So I'm going to have to uninstall that and then find out where it installed the Paradox launcher, because it didn't fucking tell me when it installed the game. Now I'm going to have to do that. Thumbs down for that. Thumbs down even more for the game itself. I hope I can see you later in about 14 odd hours when I will be looking at the Outer Worlds 2. Yep, see me in the Outer Worlds. I hope you will see me there. So that's about 10 o'clock my time is when I will be back. That is the plan. And we'll play that for about 4 hours, and then we will do the Steam Still Murder Bloody Appalachia stream. Then there'll be 3 hours, and then I'll be back to Outer Worlds 2. At least that is the plan. Alright? Let us hope it works out that way. So all I can say is until the next time, I have been Richard, and this whole thing around us has been the absolutely atrocious Bloodlines 2, and LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now. Limited time offer. No vowels. And you have fun. And of course, as always, stay away from Bloodlines 2. Oh dear. I haven't even set up the outgoing bit yet. Whoop.